let's say if we believe in the rebirth. So if we rebirth, then our life is just a kind of book. So that book is having one page. Okay. We created something, we done something, we born, let's say the 20-degree temperature. It's same 20-degree for everyone. So the nature is not doing partiality with any. Now, in the same 20-degree, one person is having that big sweater, cap. So what happens when the moon comes near to Earth? Then it will create an uh, uh, impact of water element in our body. And uh, if you see the no moon day or full moon day, there is a low tide, high tide happens, right?
Yes.
So why it happened? Because Earth, it's coming to near to Earth orbit, and it will create a pull push effect. If you want to move from the Delhi to Mumbai, definitely you have to leave the Delhi. Then only you can reach to Mumbai. And when you are in Mumbai, you will not Delhi, right? That confidence. Once we take the confidence, we will be able to convince ourselves to reach there, and we can see our future there.
Welcome once again this podcast series called with High Performers. And today we have Pankaj Upadhyay, and who is an awesome coach and an author too. And he knows multiple modalities like spirituality, manifestation, NLP, and numerology. And we're gonna unpack so many things in this video today, like how the planets are affecting on us, what is a manifestation, how this is related to spirituality, and what are the karmic adapt cycles, and lot more. Stay focused until the end of this video. If you are new to this channel, please consider like and subscribing to this channel so that you will never lose further updates from this channel. And your support means a lot to me. Thank you for the support that you have been providing for me. And let's go back to this video. Welcome Pankaji, welcome to this show. So can we start with your introduction, please?
And for viewers, hello everyone. My name is Pankaj Upadhyay and a IT professional, author of a book, Quantum Wellness Mantra, and I have a deep passion for life science and the wellness coaching. So that's about me. And with like some years of experience in the IT and the corporate industry, I have seen like many challenges and impact on stress, poor life styles nowadays, like fast-paced world lifestyle and all. So I have seen that all this issue during my journey. So that's why my mission is to help you guys navigate with these challenges and find balance in your personal and professional life. So yeah, Vimal, that's about me.
Okay, thank you so much. How do you started this journey as a coach, and what made you become a coach?
So I would like to start my journey. Is like to share that, but yeah, I would like to start with two lines said by someone. I don't remember. So yeah, so the line is that कि सब कुछ हो रहा है इस तरक्की के जमाने में, सब कुछ हो रहा है इस तरक्की के जमाने में, मगर ये क्या गजब है कि आदमी इंसान नहीं होता. Confusing, right? आदमी इंसान नहीं होता. So that is where I observed like we are in fast-paced life. People are like uh, doing earning money and uh, becoming more educated and all, but still we are losing somewhere our consciousness, our feeling and all. So, so that's why that is the point near to my heart. Ki we are just moving away from the actual insaniyat, I would say, or a real human being that we should be. Those are feeling that, so I'm here to help. So yeah, but yeah, let me come back to my journey. So actually, I born in the small town of MP, and I belong to a middle class family. My life is always a kind of sine and cos wave, right? Where that waves used to go up and down. Yeah, the life it was always like though I was very lucky to have a great parents. They tried to get best out of me, like maximum parents are. So I have a very good parents. Everything was good, but still because of something like I was still struggling, facing issue in my like career, health, relationship, and other area like money and all. Also, like I was always like in my childhood also I faced the issue. But yeah, if I take a long story short, so like during my journey, I learned that becoming a warrior is only a solution, right? So that is the only way how we can live the life. And when I say warrior, that doesn't mean that not essentially you will be war or something, but I would say the real warrior is the one who conquer the self. So अपने के ऊपर try करोगे, then only you can like yeah. So now if you want to share my major milestone of the life, then if I start from my during my schooling, so I was below average and very poor on making friends. Like I was always struggle to make a friend. The family friends are different thing, but when you go out, so I was facing a struggle to get the friends. And I was very sad because of that, because I was getting all the love in the home, but somehow I failed to get the friends and difficult. If I the next milestone in the college, I put a lot of effort to move to the even getting into the science and moving into the college and getting even the placement in the engineering college or place into the engineering college. It was very difficult for me. I put lot of effort for that, but yeah, I got that somehow. And even in the job also, even after the engineering, I put the lots of effort to get the job. So every time I was coming back to the square. And during that journey, I used a different tool to learn, like to find that how to resolve that issues. So in between that, like what I kind of tool from my family, I got some religious practice. I did that, and always I used to get something and again coming back to the square. I learned astrology, I learned numerology, all kind of science and vastu. So all the Eastern related, all the practices we do in the Eastern. So all I did that and learned. But still, I have thought like why I'm coming back to the square, like I'm going a sine wave up and again getting down. And it's not only the level. Some level or all the levels, I go up and down. So that was going on. But in between that journey, I learned many things. Like, the thokar khake thakur banna. Little bit every time I get the thokar and little bit better version of thakur. So that was going on. And during my job, so I got a chance to move to USA also. So I already knowing the some Eastern concept at the science level because I was a student of science. So I was understanding that. But in USA, I got that like during the exploring the culture and science there. So I got a chance to have that neuroscience related practices. I meet with some people, those are like doing the neuroscience and understanding the technology and all. So what they used to have, they used to sense your brain waves. There are many kind of wave through that our brain used to communicate. Okay, so I got a free voucher or something, so I get chance to go there and they put all the machines like you do in the ECG, they put on the head and it did the scanning and update me like how the alpha wave is going, how the beta wave is going, and all this. Like they explain everything and come up with the problem that was near to my issues that I was facing. So it was very costly that time. I was not able to afford that. But yeah, I learned that, and from there I got the curiosity of the Western way of understanding and treating that issue. So then I explored that also, and I learned lots of things from there also. So like combining the natural way of Eastern way and Western way of science with regional practice, religious practice, and all. If I will say come up find that, then it is the great solution. So that's how it helped me to solve my problem, and I at some extent I am able to solve the others problem also.
Okay. One quick question about the mind scanning that you just mentioned, so clearing out the brain waves. So how that report looks like? Is that something? Can you just little bit explain how that experience is just
Yeah.
entering into somewhere, and how do they actually do
Did you
that?
ever see the ECG report?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Just
yes.
like yeah,
Yeah, the similar kind of report it is. The one
okay.
who know the ECG, so the way of reading that mind is also a ECG. I think CCG something name is there. That
Okay.
name is there, but the same technique used for ECG then brainwave reading. So, but they have some different kind of parameter and all, but technology is the same. We are not advanced that much that time, but in India also probably there are few places there we can do that. I'm not sure right now, but yeah, there are places. So it's like, but the reading of that ECG, we find that how the heart waves are moving. But here we see like how the alpha wave, but the alpha wave is something that is having the more, give you the present state, very conscious state, the beta wave, then theta wave, gamma wave. So different kind of waves are there that will help you to understand your mind patterns.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. So, what was your level of waves in that time?
Okay, so very personal question, but yeah. So what I would say, there are lots of positive things that we earn from my meditation practice, but there are few things that was going the coiled. I would say jalebi kind of, that is very coiled up and blockage and all, that is taking me into the continuous state of confusion. Okay. So that was there, and they asked me to treat that, but somehow I did by myself.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it is like a report. So these are the problems that you. So it's kind of like that, right? It's not like
Yes.
your wave frequencies. This. It's not like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's not like that, because those who know that they can read only, they can suggest you like a blood report.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah,
But
got it.
it's a very, very nice thing. Even they also depend on the life coach or mentors. Those are already in the life science. So they just have the instrument. That instrument just give the report. And there is a separate doctor who used to read that. So like I know how to read some level now.
Okay.
But the proper one who already in the brain science and all that much deep on the technical science, that give more insights. But yeah, we can also read as a life coach, we can read that.
Okay. All right. So that's a very interesting knowledge. And since you are still working, right? So how are you maintaining this work life balance? Because nowadays this work life balance after pandemic, it's a big issue with a lot of people, right? So how are you maintaining those? Or is there any
Yeah,
way
right.
that you can suggest to people so that they can also get benefit out of it?
Yeah, yeah. If you asked me this question before 3, 4 years, my answer would be like it's very difficult.
Okay.
But now it's a natural process for me, because you know, when you have interest in something, you have drive from inside to do something. Then you normally not do that part. It automatically happen. What I mean is that I do my job. I find some of the purpose inside that, so I find the joy and happiness there. And the same time, this is also my hobby. I really like to treat people. I like to help people. And I was already having that habit earlier also in my team, in my college, in my childhood. I have inner drive to help purpose and take them from their problem, and I have that problem solving mindset. So I used to waste my time to go to days and help people, but I was doing that unconsciously.
Okay.
And but now I know that. So even though without putting extra effort, I am doing that, and I am having the separate time of that. I am able to do the work life balance. So I allocate the separate time to that, and I am more efficient on the work as well as that coaching business. So nowadays things are happening automatically. Like I am not doing much try to do that.
Okay, so you're saying that you're allocating the time separately for each of these tasks. So that is a key.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would say this is the one thing that you need to do initially, and after also, but you need to find the purpose and your inner interest. You need to invoke your intrinsic motivation to do that. So if you are able to do that, then allocating time will help you to manage that.
How do
Yeah.
we do that? How to find purpose or how to find that drive or intrinsic motivation? Is there any way
Okay.
to do that?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I suggest audience to go to my one of the blog that is there on the Medium. I connected the power of Hanuman and finding the purpose. So
Okay.
that is one thing I have there. And the one thing you, yeah. So, but in the short, I would say, first you need to find your passion. What gives you happiness, what gives you like there are two kind of work. One work we do because we want to do, and okay, when we feel that we are doing that, right? And there are many work we do when we don't feel that we are doing anything.
Okay.
Uh, okay, for and there is no work is bigger, complex, or simple. It's all about. I will give you a quick story. There is a girl who was around 7 years, and he have 3 4 year brother is there.
Mhm.
So it was very heavy for her, but she was keeping her in the hand. Okay, and
Okay.
it is very dangerous, like a healthy boy for 3 years. If I keep in for half an hour, then I also feel like okay, it's heavy for me. But she was keeping him for more than 1 hour, and
Mm.
ask her, it's very heavy. So she told, भाई ये मेरा. Again I told, अरे but वजन नहीं लग रहा है क्या तुम्हें? You are not feeling that healthy. बोले भाई ये मेरा. And she repeated that 10 times. That man, there the word weight was not there in her mind. He was just thinking with what intrinsic motivation only on one point. This is my brother. And
Mm.
so, but for other person, if a other 10-year person, if you give that same boy, then he probably say it's very heavy. So
Mm.
if we take our things on the head, then it will automatically give us a extra burden. But if we find our drive, what is very important to us, in the neurology, neuroscience, we say that values and
Value.
our drive that I would say PIP also we can say related with the PIP. Okay, so that way we can say like something work is really burden for us or the joy for us. If it's a joy, then it's our passion, and passion can be cultivated towards the purpose.
Okay.
So yeah.
So yeah, I completely get that. So first we need to find out that intrinsic motivation or inner drive or our purpose. So that is a key thing. I think many of the people don't know about how to find that. And will that easily we can uncover by using any assessment of values or assessment of the PIP? Is that possible?
Yes. So I would say, yeah, that is one tool that we can use. But more importantly, I would say mentor role is very important. If we
Mm.
go on the ancient time, there is a role of guru.
Yes.
So guru used to help people and find their purpose, what they need to do, or they will provide a tool. Because nowadays there are lots of tool in the market, lot of tool, and people are confusion which one I need to take and which one I need to leave. Right. So people are very confused. This generation, the Gen Z generation and later generation are very confused because they don't know what needs to be done. So mentor role is very important here. If you are lucky to get that good mentor or a good guru, then he will try to do provide you the right tool. That tool might be the value assessment, PIP assessment, or any other tool. There are lots of tools. Through that, you can know your value, what is your inner drive, inner need, what exactly, even though it's, if you find that the inner need and probably it's not good for you, so how to convert it and transform it. So
Okay.
there you can start your journey towards the transformation and manifestation and all.
Okay. Yeah, so that's yeah, so the mentor is a key thing that you mentioned. Like so through him or her, so we need to what uncover our journey or uncover our life purpose
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that
Why I'm
we can
saying
live
that
our life.
even we can be our guru also.
Mhm.
Like we can open our inner guru also. But what is the reason? Like I took 10, 15, 20 years
Okay.
to try to find that. So if someone have that time, then probably not need the mentor. But someone want to do that very like sometime less time. It again, it's also not very quick. Like it's like a snap. It will not do that happen there. But yeah, but definitely it will come 10 time, 20 times. It will reduce the time.
Yeah, something like if we trying to uncover by ourselves, it would take at least maybe years, like 10 years, 8
Yeah.
years. But if we have a mentor or guru, then we can do that much more easier way in months or weeks, right?
Yeah, here I would like to tell you something about the how that cycle comes in, because like few people says take time. How much take time? So that very spirituality, astrology, and neurology. If I combined everything, Then I would say there is a 12-year cycle of the Jupiter
Okay.
that move toward the sun around. That 12 years Jupiter take to come into the same point where it is started. So that
Hmm.
12 years is very important to do your one level of transformation if you do by yourself, or and it will not complete. So minimum 2 to 3 cycle if you choose yourself to do that. 2 to 3 cycles. So I would say 12 plus 12, 24, and then again 12 years. So it's a too much time. Yeah. So
So the 12 years for you're saying that so we need to do by ourselves. It requires 12 years. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I'm saying that minimum 12 years you take to understand that I need the transformation. You start judging yourself. You will get some.
Okay.
I would say you will remove at least 1 or 2 layers, and then again you go 12 years, and again you will open one layer. It's a kind of onion. So
Hmm.
you gradually remove it. And even mentor also do the same. He will not do anything. But apart from the 12 years, he probably do 1, 2, 3 years. Then
Okay.
depend what you need. Again, depend what you need. So it's a case to case basis.
Yeah. So I'm so curious about these 12 years, this Jupiter, and the cycle. So what happens really, for example, if it is a human life? So each 12 years, what happens is our consciousness expanding a bit by bit. Or what changes that we would experience?
Okay. So let me put in that way. We are in the cycle. Every one of us in moving in the cycles. Even if it's a life, it's thought, or it's the solar system. So
Okay.
moon takes there's Earth, and moon is revolving around uh, Earth.
Earth.
So they take 28 around 28 days. Okay, and that is define our uh, moon cycle. And
Mhm.
uh, woman's psychology it depend on 20 like impact on 28 days.
Mhm.
In the same, there is a other topic. I will just give a clue of that. Like it's a moon is all about water. We consider water to moon.
Okay.
मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है यार. I want to do something.
Mhm.
You feel everything is good यार. Why am not feeling good?
Yeah.
So the factor is the water, impact of the water, and that is impacted by moon. Now second, that earth along with moon moving around the sun. So that is the earth is moving by itself. Earth take 1 year to move. So 30, sorry, 30 days and then 1 year. That known as the solar month. Okay. So that way it will move, that creates cycle and all the planets are moving around that. So why the Jupiter? It's very important. Coming back to the main question, why? What happened? So daily by daily, we move our psychology, we move our thoughts, we in the cycle it's coming back. There are many entrepreneurs, even they think that they go into the some level. As I told even my story also, right? I used to go somewhere on the top and then again come back.
Like
And
sine wave and cos.
yeah, cause level, right? So they same way there are many people have their life that have go in the peak of their success and then they again come back. Why it's happening? Why? Because that is the cycle coming back. The mind, thought, patterns. It's coming back to the normal. That is known as the neuro expectancy point in the in life science or neuroscience. So that way. Now, Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet they take 12 years to move around the sun. So in the 12 years of period, uh, Jupiter create your consciousness. Like whenever they go into one zodiac, it will unopen the consciousness of one point. So there are 12 part of the your consciousness. That is one part is known as just your survival need. One point is need your family. One point is your courage. One point is your emotions. One point is your childhood education. One part is uh, uh, your problems, issues, jobs. One problem is your part is your partner. One is your occult, like needs to know more, that is hidden thing. One is your like belief system. One is your career when you go outside your home, then you perform somewhere. One part is your rewards. one part is your uh, hidden needs that you need. So there are 12, these 12 part of 12 sections. So as the Jupiter moves in each one of sections, so it uh, uh, remove that layer. It take your consciousness to that. If I take a one example, like we feel hungry. Okay, so we need food. That time, if we don't have food, then we just need food. Even someone come to us and give a best knowledge of the world, we say, sorry, just give me food only. I don't need anything at this point of time. But when we have the full stomach, what we need? We need, okay, we need knowledge. We need to see people are in trouble. We need to see politics, all these things. So, but if one cycle, if we move and touch upon all these points, so we will have the a general knowledge of all these points. So we will be able to see a bigger view, and we will able to one open at least one layer. And again Jupiter come into the 12 years, then again it will open second layer, and at least two layers will really give you the sense of something. So that is the reason that Jupiter is very important, or I would say the timeline is very important if you don't have Guru.
So you are saying that if you want to break this pattern or cycle of Jupiter, then we need one guru.
Yes, need a Guru. And even best thing of Guru is that even Jupiter is the planet that is saving our solar system. Otherwise, there is a asteroid belt is there. Whatever the meteoroid, asteroid comes into the Earth, Jupiter is just picking that and not allowing us to go to Earth. Otherwise, our Earth could be vanished now. So it's that guru and that guru or that mentor, both are same. That it will save your inner earth, it is saving our solar system earth. Okay, one more thing about that Jupiter cycle. Is this consciousness evolution happening for all the people at the same time, or for each and every people it feels differently? How does that actually work? Right, very nice thing. Okay, so answer is yes or no both. Okay, because I will give you example, like there is a climate change and we enter into the winter. It's cold air is coming into the complete city or complete region. So probably let's say the 20-degree temperature. In the same 20-degree temperature, it's same for 20-degree for everyone. So the nature is not doing partiality with anyone. Now, in the same 20-degree, one person is having that big sweater, cap, everything. It's saving because he is like a very cool. And the same other person wearing shorts and all and saying very hot. So it's depend on how much you how much receivable you are to receive, how you process that, and how much you are prepared for that. So all this matters in that case. Like consciousness is for everyone, but how we receive, how we process, how we consume, and how much we are ready for that. That allow you to take the benefit of that. Okay, so that's a really interesting answer, because now we know that the story that you told, like the snowfall and how we react or respond about that, it will make the difference. Okay. So it's very interesting to know that all these planets, like Jupiter, the moon, and everything influencing us, right? So how they are influencing are they influencing our thought patterns? Is that the influence looks like? Yeah, very interesting question. I can explain you, but the easiest way to understand from the easiest planet we have. It's not a planet, it's a satellite, that is moon, natural satellite of Earth. But in astrology, we consider it as a moon. So what happens? We are, you know, right? We are the creation of five elements, like five elements are
Yes.
making us, right? So these five elements, the core is earth, the second level is the water, the third level is the fire, fourth level is air, and now it's come to ether, that is akash. So these five elements are making us. Now, if I would see our machine, a machine, I would say body. So body, the structure is made by earth element, because our bones, our muscles, everything is made by, and that is 12%, I would say 12 to 15%, and 72% is water. These are the two major elements that are normally driving us mainly. So what happens when the moon comes near to earth? Then it will create an impact of uh, impact of water element in our body. And uh, if you see the no moon day or full moon day, there is a low tide, high tide happens, right? So why it happened? Because Earth, it's coming to near to Earth orbit, and it will create a pull push effect. And there is a science, like anyone can go and see how scientifically it works. But there is a concept. So whatever there in the cosmos, the same is there in the molecule. So that way, our body is also having the 72% water, and Earth is also having the 72% water. That amazing, right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
how that so if something is matching, then definitely something is behaving in the same way. So as the tide happens in the Earth, same way the tide of emotion happens in our mind. So
Hmm.
normally neuroscience says we are the slave of our hormones.
Okay.
But if we go more in the spirituality, then we'd say like by ourselves, by our moods, emotions, we can secrete our hormones. Like if you go into the state of courage, then the courageous hormone will be secreted. So the when the water elements is not in our hand and we are not controlling it. Ideally, controlling is not a good word. Normally, we not control, but for general understanding, I'm using that control. So when we control ourselves, our water content of our body, then we'll be able to control our hormones, and in turn, that hormone will create a better state of our mind. So that's how it works. Even you can try it. If you, I would like to give a good technique to audience. Like if they feel very emotional, they feel like they out of emotions. There is a oceans going inside them. I don't know what to do. Take a pinch of salt, go put it into the water, mash it, and drink it, and feel uh, like feel your emotions, and you will get the result. Like all will be settled down.
Okay. So that's a wave of information. So
Yeah.
why the salt? Why the water alone?
Why the
Yeah, you got my
okay?
point, right?
Yeah, yeah. Why salt is important? Yeah,
Okay.
I understood that. So salt is something that is the mostly there in the ocean, and that ocean is cannot be exist be without salt. In the same way, our body is having too much salt. If you see it, if we sweat, we have the salt. Even our saliva, our tears, everything have the salt. So body is not having the water. It's a salty water. Okay. And when the high tide and all, so that also relation of the salt, because of salt, it will create a push and pull effect. That salty water. And science also accept that where is a balance of salt, sodium create an
Correct.
impact on your body. Okay, then only your emotion change. Like whenever the emotion change, then like the salt content is different. But if you take the salt, then what happens when you take the salt and drink it with the water? So you will either get the more salt. If you there is a less salt in your body, you will take the salt, and when you drink, that will settle down. Actually, it's a deep spiritual practice that is connected to your sacral chakra. This is the energy point, but I will not go into deep because that will be a separate topic. So it will impact on the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is something about water, and all your emotions comes from there. So when you take the water, it will settle down all these emotions, and you feel better. Probably
Okay.
I able to answer that, but I cannot take you into that deep because it's we have
Yeah,
the
and you have a
time constraint.
limitation
Yeah,
of exposing the information. Yeah, got it.
yeah,
Okay, so this is I so much clear. So our body is mainly made up of water, and there are some external planets, something like moon or Earth, which is influencing that balances in our body and which creates some emotions. That's how we are unknowingly feeling some kind of emotions, and that emotion may be trigger some thoughts, and we are feeling something very sad or bad or negative feelings, right? So is that how it works?
that is one way is the major factor that will do that. But that I would say it's a push pull effect.
Hmm.
Like something is impacting you and you are accepting, and how much you are allowing yourself or how much you are powerful to impact. Like I give you the example of that wind, 20-degree temperature, it's wind is there and someone is influencing, someone is not. So The same way, we are receiving the energy, we are receiving the situations outside, and we are influencing ourselves. We are allowing them to impact us. Right? So that's why. But if we control ourselves, if we know our body, our brain better, or we have some mentor who know that better, then we will be able to receive it. Receiving definitely cannot be stopped. But if we receive that, process it, and cultivate that uh, energy to create a best and better outcomes that we can do. So if I take a example of that, someone you are going on the road and someone is driving, just give a cut and go. Now that is happened. It can be happened with anyone, right? One person there, it will it will take the bike or car in the more speed, stop that person, and so much influence, so much ego or anger, whatever it is there, start beating him, right? So that is the one way how he see the outside circumstances and how he processed that. Some other person, same happened to me. Someone will see, think, my co-driver or my passenger are good, safe. Okay, I am safe. Thank you. Gratitude feeling. Okay, I am safe. I am out. And he can concentrate on his work, focus on his work because it's just a uh, situation. He can avoid that and do his work. So that way, how much stable you are, how much conscious you are, how much aware you are to the situations, and you are not in the reply mode. You are in the response.
Okay,
So yeah.
so how this manifestation and this the planetary system and all these things come into picture. So what is manifestation? So in terms of this.
Okay. So the same example, I will take the same example. You are good driving and there's some person came to you. That is what you manifested. Like someone will take you cut. That is also one kind of manifest. Okay, let me tell you first the what is manifestation in the normal coaching test going on, and then I would like to, or if you would like to say like what is manifestation, and then I can have that more light on my perspective on that.
Manifestation is to me is just achieving any of the goals, which is a little bit difficult to achieve. Something like if I want to own a bicycle, that is not something that I would dream of because I'm already in that level. I can anytime go and purchase one bicycle. That's not a big deal. So if something like I need to buy a Rolls Royce or I need to buy a BMW or something which is I dream to buy or dream to have in my life, and when I have that, and that process is called manifestation. So is that correct?
Yes, yes. No, definitely. You said correctly. Like manifestation nowadays is looks like we see that if we want to achieve something, if we need any material thing, and we do something with ourselves and we get that. Like a
Mhm.
magic, like Papa, I need a bacha. Bacha say, okay, Papa, I need that apple. And Papa says, okay, close your eyes and put your hand. And Father give apple. And he say, oh wow, I got that. Okay. So that is what manifestation is known. And yeah, people use that, but I would say how it happens. Manifestation, I would say, in my perspective, there is not something that is you need to learn. Manifestation is already happening with us daily basis. If we see our life, 80% of things already happening, and only 12, 13, 15%, 20% is only not happening around what we need. Okay. So, but there is a book, Law of Attraction, that says about the secrets. I think book name is Secret, and then they talk about the law of harmony.
Law of attraction. Yes.
So what it says ki how we attract to what we need. But on the same way, if I extend that, like rather looking at what we don't have, if we start looking what we have and
Hmm.
how the things are getting to us easily, then if we understand that part, then we automatically understand that how to get the rest of 20% that we are not getting, why we are not getting, right? Where the spirituality helps. So like in every person's life, whatever they got easily, I would say they have not put much effort to get that. In our childhood, we have not put any effort to get the food. Even many people's childs are parents are not having enough money, but their children is going to convent school. He really did something to get that. He don't know what is convent. If he grown, he want to go to foreign country to learn that. father is not having enough money, he's auto driver. Just
Mhm.
taking a random example. But he wanted to go that and father got something what the child not aware of how I am getting that. He got that and he get that admission and he got that. So what he did, he manifested that. Why? Because he feel that I need this, I deserving that, I owe these things. Okay. So it's automatically so. Now let me go to the science behind it. What happens? We feel we are having the vibrations. Like our body is a machine of a transmitting energy.
Mhm.
Okay, so our body have the center energy points, or I would say receiving and transmitting point, and every point is receiving some energy and transmitting energy. So there is a like if you take the center point, so heart is our point of midpoint. Below that there is a energy magnetic waves because we are on Earth, so there is a magnetic waves or magnetic energy is there that coming from Earth. And we have the Akash, that means sky, that is giving the electrical energy. And both will come combined on our heart and create a coherence and create a toroidal field. So that toroidal field is create a big energy point inside us. And if we need that thing from our heart, that's why people say, even parents used to say to child, दिल से खेलो, दिल से पढ़ो, दिल से काम करो, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what is that? Why they emphasize? They don't know. Like many people don't know what is it, but that is how the science works. Like they create a heart coherence, and that toroidal field will be created, and that signals go to the Papa, I would say. So whatever
The
Papa, the
nature.
cosmos, so yeah, nature we can say God, someone say nature, someone say cosmos, someone say consciousness, whatever name we can give. But that will add the energy that whatever thing we need, like apple, we got a child got apple, the same way that manifested, the things will be manifested. So that is how. But how genuinely we need that? How much? How desperate we are? Either we are desperate, naturally we are getting, we are feeling that we belong to that, we are feeling that I need that, otherwise I will die. So there are kind of feelings are there, many kind of feelings. So which kind of feeling we know, we the things will be appear to us. So that is how the manifestation technique. I just give the overall. I know it may be heavy for someone, but that is how the science works. I used to take that in the class. It's very detailed. From the basic, I used to take that. But here I just I would like to provide the high level of information, how the science works.
Okay. So that leads to another question. Like, if I want to get something, if I want to manifest something, so how do I know that this is actually I need it? Or if you look at my life perspective, or the thing that I'm manifesting is right or wrong, how can I decide that?
So the question itself say no confidence and confusion because we are confused on our decisions. We need to really work on the then whoever is having that kind of question that needs to work on his mind part, that is cerebrum and the unconscious brain. So why that conscious? Why? Because as a human being we evolve, we have a lots of fear inside us. So whatever we don't believe on our choice also. Why? Because that choices given us pain. And we are like we started believing from the childhood like this is wrong, this is right. So we are highly influenced on the societal pressure. So like because this question should not ask a child, he need that chocolate. So he not question on himself. I need chocolate by hook or crook. He run behind the someone and that if four chocolates are there for four children, then he will pick everything, right? So he don't doubt himself. Why we doubt? Because as we grow from the childhood, our choices given us pain, right? We choose something and we probably fail. Again, we choose something, we fail. And because of that failure, society given us pressure and society evaluated us as a good or bad. So, sorry, I'm taking your question on the different direction, but I would
That's
like
that.
to see from the
Yeah.
spiritual perspective, like why this question is there. So yeah, so society have judged us and we allowed ourselves to judge by society because of that one failure. So that is one thing we created a belief, like, or created a fear. If I take this, and then I can become like that, or so I will be fail, and that failure may create a problem for me or my self-image. Okay, so that one part. The another part, we don't want to put effort to lose something, right? Because everything in the world have a cost. So few people in the job, like I am working with the corporate, and I have a corporate client, who are struggling for work-life balance and all, and job satisfaction. So what happens? They come to me and ask, like, I need the job. When I ask them why you are not taking risk to leave that, because they are not at all happy inside that. So actually, that guy come to me for the spirituality perspective, but we drill down and found that work-life balance, and then work-life balance we come to the job satisfaction. So then I realized that that person is not having job satisfaction because he was not ready to take action, and he have a fear. If I leave that job, I have to leave that comfort zone, and I have to take the new responsibility. And he having faith on ourselves, or he don't want to put the effort so to do the new work. And also he have pressure, like family pressure also there. If I will not able to perform, then I can be fired from that job, and there is no money inside to me, and there is no money to me to pay the our whatever the home loan and all. So all this question is crumbling his mind and sucking his talent and self-confidence, everything is that all these thoughts are sucking, and he is not able to take that decision. Okay, so because only that person is not have the fear of leaving that comfort zone. So then I discuss with him and try to understand, are you are confident on what you need or what you don't need? Are you clear? That guy was not clear because he needs something, but you don't want to leave the current zone. If you want to move from the Delhi to Mumbai, definitely you have to leave the Delhi. Then only you can reach to Mumbai. And when you are in Mumbai, you will not be Delhi, right? Yeah. So that confidence, once we take the confidence, we will be able to convince ourselves to reach there, and we can see our future there. Then only we will be able to take the decision. And so before that question, I would say we have to be get the clarity, confidence, and we have to equip ourselves for the future state, or handle the future state. So that is one thing. Probably I have not answered your question directly, because that will become later once we understand this thing. So once we get that, then definitely we can have that, because that can be, this question even can be elaborate to the other aspect also, because many people have the fear of money, because they think that if I will earn money, then I probably a bad person or ahankari, right?
Hmm.
So that also can be reason. It's not only the job level, but spiritual level also question, heart level also question, or uh, different level that question is found. Mind brain is very complex, so it can create anything, destroy it all. Yeah.
Okay, then how does spirituality come into picture in the throughout the manifestation process?
Yeah. So little bit we touch upon the spirituality, because
Yes, yes.
without spirituality, it's difficult to have the manifestation, proper manifestation. So here we can link your earlier question, like how we know it's a good or bad form. So spirituality is something. There are lots of spirituality. It's there in the market. It's normally it's a content meditation and all. But if we see from the broader perspective, every person is spiritual, and every person have the hidden spirituality. But real spirituality start with the question, me, self. The person who asks the question, who am I? Really from inside, not just from the just to answer the question in the interview or somewhere else to society. If you really think that, who am I? Why I am here? That question he clicks in someone's mind, that means he is touching the spirituality. Okay. So once you walk into that path of spirituality and try to find yourself through the many techniques, and there is a separate path of that. So when you start doing that, then you try to understand yourself gradually. And the more you understand yourself, then you will be able to manifest better for you. For example, there is a room. Inside the room, there are lots of medicines are there. Okay, and you are the owner of the home. You only brought that all this medicine. You have little bit knowledge. You know what name means what is the symptom, what can be given. So inside the room, if you know everything, then you whatever problem you have, you will go, you know like where I need to go into the room. You pick that medicine, take that, and confidently you will be able to do that. But to pick that medicine is small work. Normally, if I ask you how much effort you put, then your answer probably nothing. But to learn that room, what is there in the room, understand the room, take time as well as knowledge, commitment we need. So the more we understand ourselves, we go more into the spirituality, and then uh, we will be able to do the better choice in manifestation with the real reason, not the I would say not the fake self. Our real self will take the medicine or take the solution, not our fake self.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why this manifestation process itself should be clubbed together with the spiritual practices, like the spirituality itself. Then only we will identify our true self. Then from there, we just need to understand what we really need and what should we need to manifest. Right.
Yeah, if we need the outcome positive and that have joy. So if you need joy, happiness in the end of that manifestation, then you need a spirituality. But you if just want to enjoy, I would say in the Hindi that word is bhog. So if you want just to enjoy and that's it, and you are ready to take that negative side also, so then manifestation is like you can do the manifestation as a normally we are doing, but yeah, if you want to enjoy then you need the spirituality.
So this enjoyment is for me only, or for example, if I sometimes I enjoy, someone else doesn't have that enjoyment. So in that case, we can justify our manifestation.
So if we when we talk about the spirituality na, it's only about me. That doesn't mean that other are not involved. So but spirituality is only about me. When we know me more, then we understand why things around us are like that.
Hmm.
Like if we see we are inside our room, then we will just see the room. If we go outside the room, so we will be able to see bedroom, kitchen, and everything. If we go outside the building, then we will be able to see the society. And if we go in the chopper and go above, we will be able to see the complete uh, area and
Hmm.
probably a complete city. So when we see the thing, so we will be able to see why the roads are like that, why the things are like that, why the design is like that, right? So when we understand ourselves more, then we will understand what is our antenna is or what is our capability to attract and repel something. Okay. So right. So when it's very deep. So when we understand me, myself, then we will be able to understand why I am with that person only, why this person is around me, why he is expecting me these things. Is it right person for me or not? Many people are not even moving in the spirituality just because they want to take the garbage with them. Like, okay, because they have a bitter boss and probably that he don't want to take the action to leave or someone is with their family is not at all helping them but still don't want to leave. Why? Because even it's a pain for us. It's a very rare case. Normally things will be can be create better situation we can create through the spirituality. Normally it's always happen better, but there are few some percent of case where things are not working but still not living and taking the pain and killing ourselves. So that also people are doing just because they don't want to face their situation or they don't want to leave their comfort zone. So when we know ourselves, we will be able to understand the situation outside us, and then you will be enable yourself to create a thing better, and other will also enjoy. Uh, okay, so initially probably it's not good for you or good for other, good for one. But as you move towards that process, then gradually people will accept it and you will be get that knowledge or the situation, so you can create a better environment. Like the sea, when you go from the chopper to upside and see, so you will be able to see where I need to do the fix, so then you can create a better situation for others also.
Okay, that's interesting. Before wrapping it up, so I have one question, something like why we are born here. So, do you have any answer for that, or in a general perspective? I know that each and every people has different purposes, or maybe probably learn something or expand their consciousness. So, is that the only reason that why we are here? Can you just
Okay.
touch a little bit on that?
So that is something very deep question, because that is something individual needs to find why we are here. So I would say I will put the VIP concept here. VIP. If I
Okay.
would say to you, refer to your VIP. What is the VIP mean? Very insignificant person, or
Hmm.
VVIP, very very insignificant person.
Okay.
So every person is have their own dues. Either we would say debit or credit they have, and then they want to fulfill that, right? So that is one way to see that. If we see from the uh, okay, let me put in that way. If we want to you believe in the birth rebirth, then my answer will be different. If you don't believe in rebirth, that also my question is different. Let me take the first one first, second one first. That is not believe in rebirth. When that means you are saying you are born here just and there is no previous debt and credit. Okay, so then we need to understand the life size concept, that is PIP. Okay, so psychological needs, we pre-install psychological needs. We everyone we have the pre-installed psychological needs. We are running behind to complete that psychological need. So if someone, there are different type of needs are there. Will not go into deep in that, but until and unless we will not fulfill that, we will not feel the joy. Okay, so that we can understand. Apart from that psychological need, we have physical needs, we all have the societal needs, we have that emotional needs, we have that chemical needs. So there are all kind of need. So we are here to fulfill our all these needs. If we go into the, we don't believe that we rebirth thing. Okay, so that is one way. That is pure scientifically, and there are lots of study happened into that. Now, if we go to, if we let's say if we believe in the rebirth, so if we rebirth, then our life is just a kind of book. So that book is having one page. Okay, we created something, we done something, we born, we created some debit and credit. We created a theory of karma, I said. We done that and we completed our life. We'll remove that page, take it. So actually this page is not removed. It will
Hmm.
be come here. Now create a second page, second life. So like that we will use to create that debits and credits, and how the debits and credits will be created. Like you have in one of the life you have created a pain to someone, okay, or you steal some money, so the similar level of pain you have to give back to universe. So you are not giving to that person, there is always a satellite between that somewhere. You can say god, you can say natural system, or whatever you can say. So there are lots of gods and supreme power are there, but there is something is there. So if we created a pain, let's say the uh, x amount of pain we have created for someone. So, but this in this birth we are a king. So we cannot take that pain, or someone cannot give us the pain. Okay, so we have transmitted that pain, and that pain is stored somewhere. Okay, now second time in the next birth, probably we become the king and that person will become a slave. Okay, so we have to pass through the same level of pain, and even though we are very good person, but still we have to face through the same amount of pain, that is X amount. But what happens? We human beings will not take the pain as a part of process. What we did, we take the pain and do the complaint.
Hmm.
So that complaint will invoke our lower region of energy and create a new problems, because we do the complaint. We try to create a new karma. We used to treat people bad and all this. So we will create a new karma. and we will create a new pain. So we pain to ourselves. So there is a one karma theory that known is swearing, I guess. Yeah, swearing. That means the debt on self, because you treated your body not good. Even lots
Mm-hmm.
of sadhu do the same, even though they are part of spirituality. But there are lots of story are there where they left everything because just to run from the society and they want to meet the God. But they did lots of fasting and all, and they not treated their body good, so they got the swearing. So
Mm.
sorry, that means the depth of self. So next time they born in childhood, they were not good, and from childhood they were not eating much. They don't like the food. Why? Because that rain have created a problem for them. Now here the purpose comes into picture. Our purpose is life to know first thing, who am I? Okay. And once you know who am I, you will try to understand that what is around me. And you will able to see the all the karma, what you accumulated over there. And you need to create a all the due. Balance that like a balance sheet. You need to complete the debit credit finish. Once it will be finished and you have zero karma, then only you will be able to say like, okay, this is my first level of purpose done, and you will get the real purpose. And that real purpose will be always given by a higher soul or higher version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say supreme.
Yeah.
There
How do
are
we know
other
that?
theory also, but yeah, sorry. So that is the one theory. There are one more theory is that, but yeah, we will take at that level only.
Okay, okay. So how do we know that so our first level of karma is over? That it's something like is this 12 years? Is there any indication we'll be receiving? So we finish the first level of karma, the pain cycle is over.
So there are different way to look into that or how we improve our consciousness. Like if we aware that what we are doing, then we will be very quickly can we get that karma, burn that karma. Okay. But normally people will do the struggle to achieve that level. So it is micro level and the macro level. So if we see at the very small level or daily activity, so if something giving us a good feeling, like when I go outside and give people food, then I feeling joy from inside. Okay. So that is show me there is something that give me joy. But some other person probably he is giving water, then it is creating joy. If on the contrary, if someone is killing someone else, then it's creating joy for him. So that also he needs to create that due. Because
Mm.
when he came into that space, then he thought that my whole purpose of this life to kill that person,
Mhm.
even though it will create a next karma, but it will be probably easy to re-erase. But that one he needs to fulfill. So we need to find our inner dharma. Dharma and karma are the tightly coupled word. So we cannot differentiate that. But yeah, once we create a joy inside us, and we will feel happy and we will able to take the pain also as a pleasure, then we will be able to understand that uh, my one karma is done. 12 year is cycle is not necessary for all, because that is going to the planetary system. So for some people it's a 12-year cycle for that particular karma. There is a, I think Mars cycle is 7 years something. So there is a karma related to Mars is there, Mars planet, that can be resolved in the that particular 7 years. For someone else is a karma of moon. So that can be going to that level. So there are lots of, and there are few karma that related to Neptune and Uranus. That are the century planets. Take the more than 100, 200 years. So they have to take that much birth and then uh, resolve that karma. But yeah, it's very easy to know like if we give something the happiness, growth, and you are not completing that. So you are on the right path and resolving your karma. If you are not, you are always completing and you are not happy, that means you need to look back on yourself and get the
So
guru, man.
whenever okay, so on a practical side, so whenever things or emotional things or anything, so we think that it's bad, so we need to suddenly think that it's a part of my karma. Then I need to going through that with peacefully or in a positive mindset. So then it will stop that karma there.
Yeah, yeah. The debit, whatever charge you have taken, you can give back that one in the form of pain. So pain will definitely come. How you take it, it's depend on how you process it.
Yeah, if you're processing that negatively, it will again create another
Right,
karma. Yeah,
right.
okay, then that it is endless cycle of karma, and
Yeah.
the credit and debit will continuously going on, right? Yeah, so that's a
Yeah,
that's an
here
interesting
I
thing.
just would like to connect the thing. Our ancient people already found that very well. That's why the cycle they created in every temple, if you go, you move around the god, right? It is create the cycle. So always reminding ourselves, you are in the cycle. Just remove from one cycle so that you can go the bigger cycle and bigger cycle and bigger cycle, and finally you can remove break all the cycle.
Okay, so much new things. I haven't heard, this type of things before. Let me wrap this up with your book. So can you just tell me 2 words about your book?
Yes, yes, sure, sure. So if I show you my book, that is the Quantum Wellness Mantra and the life with balanced perspective. Okay. So I talk about the transformation, like transform to perform with the balanced perspective. So how to transform? So I started this book to have more of the like enterprise level and all. And I thought to have some spirituality. But when I taken the actual experience from different people, or from my clients, so I realized that there are I need to treat the basic problem first. So then I first chapter I talk about it how we see the world and how we need to stop our reply and go into the response mode. What I mean is that how we take things, how we process that, and how we take that positively. And I also talk about the work-life balance. But work-life balance, I more focused on the woman's work-life balance because that is what I feel that is created lots of social pressure because of the social purpose or fake sale. They just try to do the work rather than from their inner will. So that also so that is the I have not mentioned much on the male female energy, but yeah, I try to put some spirituality part here. And I also mentioned about the stress, anxiety, and all that is the very common in the society nowadays. And more I talk about the happiness. So, how you get the happiness from your work, your feeling, your belief, your value, and all. So, that's all I covered in my book, and it's available on the Amazon Flipkart.
So I'll provide the link in the description so that the people
Yes.
can get that access to that book.
Yeah, yeah. And I also suggest that recent blog that is on the Medium, that is how you unlock your inner potential through the power of Hanuman. So that also mentioned that is help you to understand the meaning of purpose and help you in your corporate life and the normal daily work.
Okay. Yeah, that's also interesting. So I'll also give that in the description.
Mm.
Okay. So thank you so much
Yeah,
for your
yeah,
time and your kind informations. It's really valuable. And we talked about a lot more things like the planetarial cycles, then manifestation, then we jumped into the spirituality, and then from there we just moved into the karma cycle and how the planets affecting our emotions. And yeah, so I think we have touched so many things, and I'm really
yeah.
grateful for that, having time with us and sharing this valuable information. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, everyone, to invite me here because I am able to touch because I started the Growth Mind 360 and I wanted to see our growth mindset from 360-degree angle so that we can take the benefit of all the tools rather than the completing this like the tool is bad. Rather than we take the advantage of all the tools, see the problem from 360-degree angle, identify where is the problem, which tool is best for me, let's take it. So that's why that is 360 degree we need to work in the life also to grow and go like understand our better version.
Okay, what are the
Yeah,
dimensions in that 360? So one is spirituality and one is what the mind science. Can I
this
just
is
touch base
lot,
on?
is lots of angle, but yeah, if we see the mine where I used to touch most of the thing, the life cycle, neuroscience, that is the from the scientific perspective. Apart from that, our ancient perspective, that is astrology and numerology, and there is a that is this both are covered in the time. There is a, another element that is a space element. So that is especially from the Vastu part. So
Okay.
how environment part in the life science, it's known as the environment and all this level of our brain. Okay. Apart from that, there are many other tools and techniques. Like there is a, some our subconscious imprint. Like we cannot see directly our subconscious because every person cannot observe themselves. So there are different techniques created by ancient, like there is a handwriting skill. I think it's known as the graphology. So through that expression we can see. There are few other techniques like your swar shastra, that how you speak the words. Like because our voice is have the gravity, and that is also influenced by our subconscious. So it's, I would say, if some person's voice is very heavy and slow, if you see their life graph, then it's also slow and with the struggles. Okay, if it's not clear. So through the voice also we can understand where that people is heading. So that also, so all these tools are there, like combined with the science and the ancient practice, we combine that and see that he what this person need, where he needs to go, where he needs to go into the like spiritual practice, religious practice, or neuroscience he need. He just need the chemical field, or he can just go to the doctor and get the things done. So all these things we will do. So I have a bigger team that can help in the all the area, like energy healers and all this. Uh, Mostly we can treat most of the problems.
Okay, awesome. All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Pankaj.
Thank you. Thank you, Vimal, again to inviting me here.